Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. It's officially game day again. Game 2, Edmonton Oilers, Dallas Stars. Tonight, the Edmonton Oilers coming into Game 2 with a 1-0 series lead. Not a position the Oilers usually find themselves in, but strangely enough, this playoff run, 2 out of 3 series, and they probably should have won Game 1 against Vancouver as well, but we won't get into that. Thankfully, the Oilers in a good position here. A position that if they win Game 2, go up 2-0 heading back to Edmonton, they force Dallas into a situation where Dallas has to win 4 out of the remaining 5 games to take this series. Dallas certainly has the talent to do that. Don't want to take anything away from them, but the Oilers with a pretty amazing opportunity here to go up 2-0. So hopefully they can take full advantage of it. Coming into this series, I picked the Oilers to win in 7, so it could certainly go either way, but I would be happy to see the Oilers knock off the Dallas Stars a little bit earlier if they can. Goaltender Stuart Skinner, as we see here, in his last 3 playoff games, 3-0, a 1.50 goals against average, a .923 save percentage. Stewie has just found his game here. If he can keep this going the rest of the way, the Oilers have an amazing shot at taking home the Stanley Cup this year. Everybody was on Stuart Skinner after the start of the Vancouver series, but it's been great to see him have this bounce back. I thought he was really strong in games 3, 4, and 5 against LA in round number 1, and to see him coming back into form here has been amazing. And if the Oilers do have to call on Calvin Pickard at some point, either way, Pickard looked great against the Vancouver Canucks in round 2, so really comfortable with the Oilers' goaltending situation at the present time. Also want to mention Leon Draisaitl here, the 5th longest postseason opening point streak in Stanley Cup playoffs history. He is now on currently a 13-game point streak, only behind Brian Trottier with 18, and then Nathan McKinnon, Mark Messier, and Bobby Orr with 14. So an amazing accomplishment here by Leon Draisaitl. If he can get a point tonight, he moves into a 4-way tie for second place there, and obviously another 4 games behind Brian Trottier for the record. So Leon Draisaitl has just been the ultimate playoff performer for the Edmonton Oilers ever since he started, and this season has certainly been no different. Another amazing run by Leon Draisaitl. Taking a look at the Game 2 lineup for tonight, we aren't expecting any changes. Apparently, Adam Henrique is going to take warm-ups, and then we'll decide, according to head coach Chris Knobloch. He did mention before the series started that he expected Adam Henrique back by Game 3, and I think there were some comments yesterday that Adam Henrique is basically at 98% ready to go. So we'll see. Adam Henrique, a game-time decision for the Oilers, so somebody would have to come out. Don't know if that's a Sam Carrick, maybe a Ryan McLeod, a Connor Brown. We'll see what happens there. McLeod's lines looked pretty good defensively. They had some opportunities in Game 1, so I don't know if they go that way, but probably a Sam Carrick or Connor Brown coming out if Adam Henrique is reinserted into the lineup. So we'll see what happens there come game time, but otherwise it should be the same lineup from Game 1 for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. Did also want to mention Ken Holland was in the rumor mill as possibly the next GM of the Columbus Blue Jackets following this season, but it sounds like Don Waddell, who resigned from the Carolina Hurricanes the other day, is the front runner and is expected to be the next general manager of the Columbus Blue Jackets, announced at some point next week. So Ken Holland doesn't look like he's leaving the Oilers just yet. He wouldn't have left before the end of the season anyway, but I imagine at this point we're probably going to see Ken Holland just retire. I thought that was always the most likely outcome anyway. A couple-year run in Columbus could have been possible. They're trying to get Rick Nash ready to take over as the next GM, but with Don Waddell coming in there, that makes a lot of sense for the Blue Jackets as well. And for the Oilers' future prospects as general manager, Mark Hunter, current GM of the OHL's London Knights, getting set to play in the Memorial Cup this week. He was rumored to be a contender for the Columbus Blue Jackets general manager position and also, of course, for the Edmonton Oilers. So With Don Waddell looking like he's taking the Columbus job, does that leave Mark Hunter open for the Edmonton Oilers? I know Mark Hunter has been kind of a mixed bag for a lot of fans. I'd be really excited if Hunter is the next GM. He has an amazing track record with the London Knights. Thought he did a good job with drafting with the Toronto Maple Leafs when he was there as assistant GM. So we'll see what happens there, guys. That's a bit more of an off-season thing, but for now it looks like Ken Holland is not headed to Columbus following the year. Did also want to mention, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves with this news, but if you want to do some planning and you think the Edmonton Oilers are going to go all the way, here is your 2024 Stanley Cup final schedule. Game 1 will be on June 8th, Game 2 June 10th, Game 3 June 13th, Game 4 June 15th, Game 5, if necessary, on June 18th, Game 6 June 21st, and if it goes to Game 7, June 24th. So if you need to book some time off, think the Oilers are going all the way, there's your dates there to plan for upcoming in June. So I think that's all I got for now, guys, but let's hope the boys can get it done tonight, take a 2-0 series lead. Let me know your thoughts on everything. Do you think the boys get it done in Game 2? Let me know in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.